Welcome back to Nightmares Unleashed, produced by Ted Heavner and Delaney Sutton. This is episode 5, A Suicide's Prerogative. This episode contains depictions of gore, murder, and suicide. And now, enjoy the nightmare. How long was I asleep for? I feel like crap. I've woken up sore in the mornings before, but nothing quite like this. Actually, now that I think about it, when did I go to sleep? I have no memory of even getting into bed last night, let alone falling asleep. What is going on?
How are you feeling, honey? Thinking of calling out of work again?
What?
I said, are you thinking of calling out of work again today?
Why would I call out of work?
Because you have the past 3 days. Do you seriously not remember, Drew?
Yeah, trying to bring up any memories feels like looking at a photo blackened by a lighter.
Oh boy, I didn't realize it was that bad. I'll go call you out of work, but you may want to try and get up. Those sheets probably need to be cleaned.
She was right. The sheets were almost soaked through with sweat. I forced my aching muscles out of bed. Called out of work the past 3 days? I have no memory of that, but I must have had some fever. After changing into clean clothes, I slowly made my way to the kitchen. If I was going to start feeling better, I was going to need some sort of food. Allison was already there, putting a plate filled with food on the table.
Here you go, love. I just got off the phone with your boss. You're all good to stay home today. But she'd really like you to be good by tomorrow.
Thank you. You really are too good to me, Allison.
What else are fiancés for?
Careful. Don't want to catch whatever I have.
Oh, I think I'll be fine.
Are you not gonna eat too?
Well, unlike you, some of us still have to go into work today. I'm leaving in 10 minutes.
Have I really been sick for 3 days?
Huh? Of course you have. Are you messing with me?
No, So you've been taking care of me this whole time, and my boss isn't upset that I've missed 4 straight days of work?
Well, who else would have been taking care of you, silly? As for work, it was kind of hard arguing for that 4th day today. I won't lie. But your boss eventually caved since you've been such a good employee this quarter. Again, though, you may want to try and go in tomorrow. Now come on and eat. You're going to need it to start feeling better.
My head was still foggy. I didn't remember anything she was talking about, but maybe eating will help. I was pretty hungry after all. I looked up at Allison, who was tidying up the kitchen before leaving.
Hey! All the lights still on in your head there?
Yeah, just... Seriously, thank you for... Before I could even finish my sentence, the scene in front of me changed, like a light switch being flipped. The kitchen was wrecked, cabinets ripped off their hinges, and what looked like claw marks covered everything. Broken windows no longer let in light or even showed the outside, nothing but black void beyond it. Then, there was what I wish I could unsee. At the center of it all, Allison's body was splayed on the floor. Her chest was completely ripped open, broken ribs pointed up towards the ceiling. Where her heart should have been was a mess of blood and severed veins. Her neck was slashed so deep it was almost half off. Then there was her face, still frozen, in a look of pure fear, like she was still desperately trying to scream, lying there in a pool of her own blood. Blood that was splattered everywhere. Blood that was used to write a message on the ceiling. Don't try it.
What the hell?
And then, as quick as the scene changed, it flipped back to my regular kitchen, my regular cabinets, and my fiancée standing there, heart still beating in her chest.
Everything okay, love? You look paler than before.
Yeah, I just got a little lightheaded. I think I'm gonna go lie down for a while.
Okay. Make sure to eat afterwards, though. You need your strength, and it'd be a shame if the food went to waste.
I barely heard those last words. My consciousness was already slipping when I entered the bedroom, and everything went dark before my head even hit the pillows. What time is it? Oh, my head still felt heavy. Looking around the room didn't give me my answers. It was too dark to see my clock. But shouldn't I be able to see a digital clock? Even in the dark? What the... The room wasn't just dark, there was nothing there. A black void stretched out all around me. The ground was solid. It looked like an ever-expanding pit, but there was solid ground, at least next to my bed. I was standing on absolutely nothing, and I couldn't find the courage to place a hand down to see what it felt like. Where am I? What kind of freaky dream is this?
Oh, this isn't a dream.
Who the hell said that?
Why, me, of course.
A person was standing across from me. No, not quite a person. They were humanoid, wearing a suit that looked colored with blood and coal, but their skin was ash gray. Their hair was an unnatural silver. At first glance, they could be mistaken for a human, maybe in some sort of costume, but something about how their eyes seemed to glow yellow and the way their smile seemed just too wide. Whatever this was, wasn't human. And who exactly are you?
Are you saying you don't remember me?
Why the hell would I remember you?
Oh, of course, my apologies. I forgot that this is the first time that you're meeting me. The name is Suiderai, but feel free to just call me Dandrea. It's rude to refuse a handshake, you know.
Well, it's just a dream, right? It hurts. Why does it hurt so much in a dream?
I told you, this is not a dream.
Then what is this?
I'm glad you asked.
A figure appeared, floating in the void next to me. It was a man, their eyes closed, suspended in the air. No, their eyes weren't closed. There was a noose around their neck. They were dead. Wait, what the person floating was me? I was looking at my own dead body. Then, one by one, more floating men appeared. They were all me, and all dead. Blown out brains, slit throats, impaled chests, mangled bodies. It was too much. I wanted to puke. I wanted to wake up. This had to be some hellish fever dream, right?
They always do it in a different way. I'm so excited to see how you do it.
Do what?
Why, kill yourself, of course.
Kill myself?
What do you think all of them are? They are other versions of you. Each one of them took their life, and now you're next. Though when you do, I ask that you try not to repeat any methods. It'd be dreadfully boring for me if you do something I've seen before.
Why would I kill myself? I have everything I could want. I have a fiancé who cares for me. I have a job to help take care of her. I have a great life. I don't care who or what you are. I'm not gonna kill myself.
It's adorable how you always say the same thing to start. But trust me, Mr. Cassidy, everyone has their breaking point, and I cannot wait to find yours.
Why do something like this?
Maybe in a different life, you made a deal with me long, long ago. Maybe it's fate, or part of God's grand plan for everyone. Maybe it's just pure bad luck. Would any of those answers really satisfy you? The truth of the matter is, I find it fun, so I do it. Simple as that.
Their neck had snapped 180 degrees around to look at me with white, pupilless eyes. Then their body contorted back to normal, like nothing had happened at all.
You do have the best reactions after all. Oh, and before I forget, thank you for anchoring me into your world so easily.
What?
You don't know. My, lobotomy victims must marvel at your quick wit. Well, you see, I can't actually stay in your world regularly, but if I get anchored by someone, then I can stay for as long as that person lives.
So I...
Didn't your mother ever tell you not to shake a demon's hand? Oh well, I'm anchored now.
So that's why I've been so sick the past 3 days. You've been trying to anchor yourself.
3 days, you say? Interesting. Very interesting. Well, this has been nice, but I think it's time for you to go back. Sounds like your fiancé is just about home.
How do you know about that? You leave my fiancé alone, you bastard!
Oh, you gullible little guppy, you. You should be more worried about yourself.
Then, everything went dark. I guess it really was some freaky fever dream. I mean, it had to be, right? I pushed myself out of my sweat-soaked bed and walked to the kitchen, making sure to keep a hand against the wall.
Oh, look who's finally awake. Everything all right? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
I couldn't tell her. Best case, she just laughs at me. Worst case, I wind up in a psych ward.
Hey! Earth to Drew?
Yeah, I'm alright. Just, the sickness is still kicking my ass a little bit.
Have you eaten anything yet? It doesn't look like you touched the food I made at all.
No, not yet. Sorry, I hit the bed and just immediately fell asleep.
Oh. Well, that's all right.
So, you're not upset?
What? Of course not. You needed that rest. I'll whip you up something soon, okay?
Thanks, Ellie. You're the only reason I'm getting through this. Get away from her!
Babe, what are you?
Don't move! Don't move. Everything's gonna be alright, Ellie.
Honey, why are you holding a knife at me?
I'm not holding it at you. I'm holding it at them! Do you hear me? Don't just stand there and smile. Get the fuck out of my house. Get out or I'll cut off that hand I shook.
Who are you talking about?
Suiderai looked pleased and waved goodbye. I blinked and they were gone. All that was left was Allie, hands raised as if she was being held at gunpoint. God. Allie, I'm so sorry that... I saw them. I did. What am I doing? I must have been hallucinating. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize how bad I was.
It's all right. Come, sit, and try to settle down. I'm gonna go to the other room to freshen up, and then I'll be right out to make some food to make you feel better. How does that sound?
Yeah. That sounds great, love. Thank you. Really. Only you could treat me with love after all that. Like it never even happened. God, what the hell is happening to me? Hello?
Andrew? What the hell?
What's wrong, Diane?
What's wrong? Sorry, when did it become okay to just not come to work without calling out? I've been understaffed all damn day because of you. I had to miss my own cousin's wedding just so we could get through the day. You've been on thin ice with your recent performances, and it just got a damn lot thinner. I mean, is it that hard to make a fucking call to say, hey, I'm not gonna be in today?
I thought...
Nope. I don't want to hear it right now. Reasons or excuses aren't gonna change the absolute hell of a day you have just sent me through. Listen, I can excuse you doing this for one day, just this once. But you better be here tomorrow. Got it?
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. What the hell was that about? Why hadn't she mentioned the other 3 days I missed? Why did she say I didn't call in?
Hey, love. Who is that on the phone?
It's just my boss. I didn't have the energy to turn and face her when she entered the room. Just called to chew my ass out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everything was too hazy. My eyes were wandering wherever.
Are you gonna try to go in tomorrow?
If I don't, I think she's gonna have my head. She seemed pretty upset I didn't call in today.
Then, if you don't want to miss work again, you'd better get some good sleep tonight. Okay?
Something was wrong. Something was missing. I'm just confused. My head's been spinning all day. I could have sworn that it was missing.
Sworn what?
I could have sworn I put the knife back.
Oh, honey. Let's not worry about that now. You're sick. You should be resting, not stressing yourself out with silly little details. We'll just have to make sure you get to work tomorrow, but for right now, you don't need to worry. Don't need to worry about being sick, or your job, or your boss, or me. No worries. Such a shame you didn't eat the food I made you, though. That second dose would have made everything easier. Wouldn't that have been nice?
The cold edge of a kitchen knife pressed up against my throat.
Aren't I just the best fiancé for you? Taking care of you, making sure that all of your stress will just flow away. Tell me, darling, what's a better way to go than dying in your lover's arms? It's so romantic, isn't it? It's so romantic. I could just die. But of course, I won't. Oh, I love you, Drew. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
It happened so suddenly. They appeared right in front of me, Suiderai, just for a second, and then flashed past me in a blur of red and black, and then carnage. I didn't even need to look back. I knew what was waiting. He had shown it to me earlier that day, after all, and I don't think I could bear to see Allison like that again.
I do hate having to do dirty work like that. So distasteful. It's a real shame, too. I did like her, you know. But unfortunately for her, she didn't follow the rules.
What rules?
Had I not made it clear before? Me being here means that you have to take your own life. That is something she simply must not have understood. You did explain everything to her, right? I would hate for this whole thing to have happened because you didn't communicate with her. So you understand now, correct? What your fiancé did not understand. No one is allowed to touch you. If they even try, they will end up like dear Allison right here. The only one who is allowed to kill you, Mr. Cassidy, is you. Understand?
Understand?
I understand.
Good. We are going to have so much fun together.
Fun? What's going to be fun?
Didn't I tell you, Mr. Cassidy? Everyone has their breaking point, and I personally cannot wait to push you to yours. This episode of Nightmares Unleashed was produced by Delaney Sutton and Ted Heavner. It was written and directed by Ian Hawks. It featured the voices of Ted Heavner as Drew, Charlie Jurta as Allison, Jenny Wang as Suiderai, and Bella Beauxlynn Dandrea as Diane, and was edited by Ted Heavner. Transcript by Ted Heavner, and cover art by Jenny Wang. Thank you for listening.